Yeah, first off, I just want to thank the fans, thank our student section for showing up today. Inclement weather was all over the place, and man, we had another great crowd. The student section was into it, our fans were into it, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you, fans. Second, I want to thank the Chancellor, Chancellor Norris. She was here today. She was our special guest. We presented her a game ball, and I'm just very proud that Chancellor Norris is leading this great university. And since day one, she's been the Chancellor, and she has taken our university to new heights. She's been great for athletics, great for all students. So again, just thank you for that. Looking here at our stats, offensively played well at times. Anytime you have 500 yards offense, that's always a good sign. Again, we have a lot of things we have to improve on offense, and really those were penalties. We can't have those. The first game, you don't want to have those kind of penalties to stop drives, but we did on defense. I played very well the first half, all except for one play. Anytime you misfit a gap and it goes to a 70-yard run, and that doesn't look good for us. That's not what we wanted. But overall, we played sound in some aspects of the game. Thought Michael Hughes kicked the ball well. A lot of room for improvement, but I love this football team, and we're back tomorrow to work for Clemson.
David Ware, 24/7 Sports. Shawn, you mentioned the offense had some explosive moments, but you had about 20 game clock minutes between scores, second to third quarter. Was there anything in particular you felt like maybe slowed the momentum you built early in the game?
Yeah, I thought we started fast. I think it was 3 possessions, 3 scores, if I'm not mistaken. A touchdown, a field goal, and a touchdown. And then we didn't fit right up from the offensive line. Joey missed some balls he wished he would have had back. And once you get behind the chains and some penalties, that kind of slows you down a little bit. But, again, I saw the same thing you did. That's one thing we talked about our team a little bit ago about getting some things corrected. But, you come back to the second half. I started fast in the second half and really stretched the ball down the field. And that's what we've been looking for all fall camp is really stretch the field vertically, and how we did at times today. But we have a lot more work to do. We have a bunch of improvement we have to get completed before we face Clemson next week.
Defensively, I noticed a lot of different combinations of players front to back, really. And you can tell there was a lot of additional depth that maybe wasn't there last year. And you saw that in the way the defense played. They stayed fresh all day. Talk a little bit about what you've been able to build in terms of game-ready players there.
Throughout fall camp, we have a thing we call two-spot, which means there's 2 units on one side of the field and 2 units on the other side of the field. And every single player in our program got the same amount of reps throughout fall camp. And that helped us. And up to now, we haven't had that many players on our football team. So I think that helped us a lot. And then through film study, there's guys that can help us that were still called a 3 or a 4 on defense that really could help us. And it showed that. Look at Michael Jason Hurts, and there's so many more to remember. It's been such a crazy few minutes here. But I just think we have some guys that can really give us some depth on both sides of the football. I think we have some great players that haven't played much here, that we just need more game reps. But, again, we'll come out here tomorrow. We have a big practice tomorrow, and we understand that we're going to Death Valley. It's a big game, and we have to make sure we're firing all cylinders come Saturday.
There are a lot of receiving weapons on this team, and they get a lot of attention. I don't know that anybody made a bigger catch on the day than Eli Wilson's 4th down catch. And then, he showed what maybe makes him unique in this conference is his ability to run after the catch. Talk a little bit about his impact on the game, because I think it's easy for him to get lost in a stable of really great receivers.
Yeah, first I think Eli really blocked well today on the perimeter, and we was an inline tight end. And then he does give you some advantages against other defenses. He's a 4'5", high 4'5" guy that weighs 232 pounds. So we're going to use him a lot this year. And again, we didn't use him enough today. But again, anytime we hit a big 4th down, he's one of our first progressions as it goes on. So I look forward to watch him have those kind of plays later on throughout the season.
Chris Peterson, WXI TV. Coach, talk about Joey's game. He started off the year last year. His first pass of the season is a touchdown. This year, his first pass of the season is a touchdown. Just talk a little bit about Joey's game today.
No, we're very fortunate he's here. And Joey's became a very good leader for our football team. And you look throughout that locker room, everyone gravitates toward Joey. He's one of the first ones in the building. He's one of the last ones to leave. And that wasn't a big surprise to me. I talked to Coach Ponce in pregame, and he was throwing some darts in pregame that I haven't seen here in a long time. He has a very strong arm. He's a very confident kid. I wish he would take his third and fourth progression sometimes and just check the ball down to the running back and get a first down. But, some of those are high risk, high rewards, and we trust Joey with the football. We tell Joey, anytime you have the football, you have the program in your hands, and you're responsible for it. I think he handled it very well today.
Coach, you mentioned the penalties, which did hurt some drives. It seemed like you struggled to run the football today, and as a former offensive lineman, I'm sure that didn't please you very much. How do you get that running game back going?
No, we didn't run the ball well today. But again, when you can't run the ball well, it means there's a few more guys down there we can't block, which opens up the passing game. So, again, we have some room for improvement, and we have 4 new starters, really 5. Mark Hill didn't start the whole season last year, and you have to play together to be a very good, cohesive unit. But as much as they've improved since day one of fall camp to now, I'm very pleased with that. We have a lot more room for improvement, and those guys have something special about them. I really can't put my finger on it right now. There's a special group that care about one another, and they want to do good, and they will do good in the future.
Next question.
Anyone?
Up front row.
Shawn, you talked about the penalties, and you had 5 for 50 yards in the first half, but the stats show you had just 1 in the second half. What did you guys do adjustment-wise at halftime?
First, where'd you get that hat from? I love that hat.
What's that?
Where'd you get your hat from? I need one of those.
Rams rack?
If you find one, give me one more, will you please? I'll pay you for it. No, it's a lot of times there's 2 things with penalties, and one is you've been lazy and not finishing with your feet. The other ones are football plays, and we tell our players all the time that penalties are going to happen in the game. Pass interference on defense, those are football plays. Holding call, those are football plays sometimes. Everyone holds in college football. Sometimes you get caught, sometimes you don't. But those happen. The pre-snap penalties is what we didn't want to see. I'm not sure if we have very many. One maybe pre-snap penalty. It's 1 too many. But if you take a few plays away, I would play clean football for the most part. Some of those holdings that'll drive you crazy, but that's part of the game, and we have to improve on that without question.
You seem to come up with some really, really good play calls in the second half. What was it about just the first half halftime adjustments that went into the play calling that Frank was able to do today?
I thought we had some really good calls in the first half. Again, we should have been up 21, but we were up 17. And again, a lot of that times you have to be able to execute. We didn't execute well at times. We execute good enough, but not where we want to be. In the second half, our kids made plays. There wasn't any new plays we called. It wasn't like we were inventing plays on the sideline. We called plays better. We executed better. But we need more execution next week.
And one final thing, you guys seem to get a lot more pass pressure on ETSU in the second half. Was that just the situation of the game and them getting behind the 8 ball, or was there something that went into that?
Yeah, I think Trey Lamb's one of the best play callers in college football. You look everywhere he's been, from Tennessee Tech to Gardner Webb down to ETSU. He does a lot of things that puts you in predicaments sometimes. That if you're very aggressive and one person makes one mistake, it's a touchdown. So you have to be very vanilla sometimes when you're playing Trey. Again, he's a very good play caller. And then the second half, we got him in second and third and long. And the left tackle kept oversetting TD. And we told Thomas to give him a little up and under and go after the quarterback. So those were some in-game adjustments, but really we got him in the second and third and long, which helped us get a little better pass rush.
Any more questions for Coach Clark?
Awesome. Again, thank you, fans. Thank you, students. Man, this is a special place, and we're just beginning. So thank you so much. Go App.